Hey YouTube, been a minute. Just gonna wing this video, do a quick little update. I know I've been gone for a while, a couple months, oops. But I want to make my return. I want to start making videos again. I'll give a quick explanation for why I haven't been. My last video was this Breaking Bad analysis, and it was one of the best videos I've done, at least in terms of like YouTube. Like, it had the most views, which was cool. It was exciting. In the video I promised I would do a part 2 and 3 follow up to, like, you know, round out, because it was kind of I got to the first section, there was more that needed to be said, but I broke the video up into parts because it was a long video and I thought it would make more sense to do that. But I've now decided that I don't feel like working on that anymore because I've kind of lost interest in it. It's been a couple months since I watched the show, and I've kind of lost the thread on where I wanted to take all of that. And so I kind of just kept delaying and procrastinating on the videos because I was like, I need to wait until I made this video before I make more videos. But those videos probably aren't going to get made anytime soon. Hopefully one day I will make them. So, but anyways, for now I'm going to be moving on and trying some new things. I really want to push this YouTube channel though and try to get to making a video a week. In the past I've been doing about a video every 2 to 3 weeks, which is not bad, but for the quality of videos I'm putting out, which I really don't think they're that great, I think I could be doing more. So if I need to make the videos a little bit shorter just to make myself do them, I'm going to start doing that. Coming up, you can expect to see more videos about writing subjects. So I really want to make a video about clarity and kind of how it's a principle of writing and how it's so important. Beyond that, I have some really interesting ideas for a series where I would edit people's work live and kind of break down and talk about what they're doing that I would suggest changing. Obviously I'm not an expert yet, but I still have some good insight, especially for more beginners. So I would be editing their writing live and improving it. If you've seen Hannah Lee Kidder's channel, she's a writer and she does the same sort of thing, editing her like Patreon's work, and I love it. I think it's so captivating. I think there's so much potential to do that and push it further. I could even see myself just doing that like on a stream, clipping it up and putting the clips on YouTube. I think that could be really cool. If any of that sounds interesting, I'd love to hear about it. Other than that, I'll guess I'll do a quick little segment on what's been going on in my personal life, just in case you're interested. So just this last Friday, so it's been a week, today will be a week, I injured my knee doing jiu-jitsu. I got a grade 1.5-ish, apparently. There goes Vino. Sprain to my MCL, which was unfortunate. We were doing wrestling and I think I like hyperextended my knee a little bit. Very unfortunate, did not feel good, and I can't walk completely right yet. I've been doing some physical therapy type exercises, so I've almost gotten to the point where I can straighten my leg out again, but it's a little hit or miss. And it's a weird feeling. I've never had a big injury before. I've never even broken a bone, so, you know, knock on wood, but like, it's definitely been a new experience for me. Having my body like not respond to what I wanted to do. It was a weird feeling for me, being like, okay, I'm gonna straighten my leg, and then my leg just would not straighten. Very weird, very foreign to me. Unpleasant, but it was a new experience, and new experiences are good. As writers, we should be collecting as many new experiences as possible, within reason, of course. So I'm trying to look on the bright side. It gave me some interesting perspective on, like, it's kind of hard. Like, I talked to my coach, and he gave me some physical therapy exercises to stretch my knee back out, because there's probably scar tissue built up from where I didn't stretch it very much at first, because I just didn't know better. And so now I'm working to stretch my leg out, and it's hard. Like, it's kind of, it almost feels scary to like push my leg open. And, you know, my coach explained to me, he was like, your not meniscus, excuse me, your MCL is probably pretty much fine by this point. It was torn like a little, but it's probably mostly fine. It's just a psychological matter of like, my body doesn't think it's safe to let my knee straighten, so it won't let it because it's trying to protect itself, even though it probably doesn't need to. It's a really weird feeling, and I can definitely see this being applied to characters in the future. One of the characters in a book I plan to work on eventually, it's a kind of my magnum opus secret project that I'm saving, that I haven't worked on it much yet other than brainstorming ideas. But one of the main characters will be going through some stuff, quite a bit of things, and I could see this experience of mine being kind of channeled into that when this character does end up going through these things. And I think this will have been a valuable experience for me to draw upon when I'm writing that stuff. So I'm not saying I'm happy that it happened, but at least I'm trying to look on the bright side about it. Other than that, I did recently get my blue belt in jiu-jitsu, so it kind of feels like I'm getting tested. It's like, I don't know if any of you are familiar, but with jiu-jitsu, blue belt's the first colored belt you get other than being a white belt, and it usually takes about 2 years to get it. So, and there's this common kind of joke thing within the community where people expect blue belts to quit. You get the blue belt blues and then you quit because jiu-jitsu is hard. And I feel like I'm getting tested right now. Like it would be so easy to have my knee get injured and be like, all right, well, I'm done with this. But I really want to refuse to give up. I want to push past that and keep going to jiu-jitsu. So I'm planning to return to class on Monday. I won't be able to participate very much yet, but at least I can be doing some active exercises to help my knee recover, and I can be observing class and still learning, even if I'm not actively participating quite so much. All that being said, what else is going on? In the literary world, I am still working on my revisions for The Flame Between Us. It's taking a little longer than I wanted it to. I had hoped to finish it within a month, and I only finished the first part within a month. So that was half me not understanding. I don't really blame myself for this, but I did not understand how long it would take me to edit. I don't have that much practice editing. I'm not that good at it yet. So I have to really think things through before I make changes. I really like to make sure it's going to fit and work. And I just recently started on the second part. There's 4 parts total. So it's kind of getting into the middle of the book. And I knew I needed to switch a couple of things around, bigger picture edits, moving scenes, move this scene up, move this scene down, and this thing doesn't make sense, so we're going to change it to that. I had to get through some of those changes, and so I ended up plotting out all of parts 2 and 3. I'll actually show you because I think it's pretty cool to look at. I always think it's cool to see the behind the scenes of how other writers do things. Like Brandon Sanderson posted Warbreaker, he posted each part of each revision of the novel for free, so you can really see it, how it evolves. In the same vein, this is kind of, maybe I can put some pictures on screen too, but this is the old, I just split it into 2 columns. This is the old outline. Basically, I just would skim through each chapter and find the key plot beats and character moments, and I wrote those down. And that goes on for quite a few pages. And then I had to do the same thing. Well, then I restructured everything on the right side. And so this is all the new, like this is where part 2 ends, and then I've got part 3. I actually ended up trimming about, I think it's like 5 or 6 chapters. Let's see. Oh wow, I actually trimmed 11 chapters. That's quite a bit. I do think the chapters are going to turn out a little bit longer. Some of them have been kind of condensed, 2 chapters turned into 1. But still, I trimmed a lot, which is good because the book was originally, draft 2 of the book was sitting at 168,000 words, like a lot of words, and it's already down to, I think it's like 150,000. If I can get it down to, I'm shooting for closer to 130, I think. I cut out all the flashbacks. Like I've already cut a lot from the book, but if I can get it closer to there, I think that'll really help with querying. Because originally I was like, this book is not going to be able to be queried. I'm just going to make it good for myself. With such a long book, it didn't feel conventional for marketing standards. But as I'm rewriting this draft 3 of the book and improving it, I'm thinking maybe I can query this. I think it's a strong story. So I'm trying to get the word count down, lower, because fantasy typically tops out around 120, 130,000 words for adult epic fantasy, which this is. If it stays around 150,000 words and I truly don't think I can cut anything, I'm going to be okay with that. I would rather it be a strong book that's slightly longer than a weak book that's shorter, but I am going to try to cut somewhat aggressively because I think it's going to be beneficial in this case. After that, whenever I finish revisions, which I'm shooting for like end of March, which gives me 2 months to do 3 parts. Still slightly ambitious, but I think it's way more reasonable than trying to fit 4 parts into 1 month. 3 parts in 2 months, I think I can manage. And especially just because I think the 4th part won't require that much revision. I'm pretty happy with the ending, how it is. And so I'm sure there'll be changes, but hopefully not drastic changes. We'll see. After that, moving forward, I'll be writing another book and a new book, first draft, and I can't tell you too much about it because I still don't know that much about it, but I have been brainstorming for it and I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be so cool to write. It's going to be a little bit more of a tragedy, which I haven't written before. I've kind of toyed with it a little bit in other books, but this one is really going to dive into it full send. So it should be interesting to see how that plays out. It'll be a first for me, another experimental book, but I think it'll also be a little bit more queryable. So if is that a word, queryable? If The Flame Between Us, the book I'm working on right now, doesn't work out, then I'm hoping this new book has the potential to step forward into that role. I think that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick update video. If you've got anything at all to say to me, please put it in the comments because I still can't believe people watch this and that's crazy to me. I'm not going to ask you to like and subscribe just yet because I know this video is not that high quality, but more high quality, more valuable videos will be coming down the pipeline. I'm really eager to get back into this. I've got a website that I'll be uploading as soon as I consistently am putting up YouTube videos. I will try to get my website live. I've got it designed already. I just don't want to pay for it if I'm not putting YouTube videos out to like, you know, consistently utilize it. And once I do finish the Flame Between Us revisions for draft 3, I'm going to be looking for beta readers. So keep an eye out for that. I would love to get some beta readers I'd love to get readers who are familiar with the fantasy genre to beta read, because those are some of the most valuable opinions I can get. So just keep an eye out for that. I'd love to have you. And that's about it. Yeah, thank you.